Hello everyone, I am Fatima and a part of Business for Tech Management Consultancies. In today's video, we are going to have a question and answer session with founder and director of Business for Tech Management Consultancies, Mr. Umair Khan. Hello Mr. Umair, how are you?
I'm good, Fatma. What about you?
I am good too. Mr. Umair, today I have a few questions for you, so I want you to answer them for our audience.
Okay,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
So can we start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Umair, can you tell me about yourself?
Fatma, as you know, my name is Umair Khan, and I started my career in Pakistan after completing my master's in business administration. I worked almost 4 years with different banks as a relationship manager. Then 2014 back, I came to Dubai and I got a chance to start my career in business banking. So almost 10 years, I spent with different banks as a relationship manager with business banking. And like you can say 2 years back, I started my own consultancy company for business setup services.
So, Mr. Umair, what made you start your own venture?
My own venture, Fatma, if I tell you to be very honestly, it's I always wanted to be a businessman. But when I joined, business banking 10 years back, and, I came to Dubai. So, Dubai is is a business hub. And fortunately, I got a chance to start my career in business banking. So there, I used to met different kind of businessman, and I used to do KYC part, where we come to know different models of businesses. And that was very interesting thing for me, to know about different businesses. So it's always motivate me to start my own business. So that is, I can say, one of the reason, I always want to start my own journey. Because I used to meet different businessmen, and it's always encourage me to become an entrepreneur.
My next question for you is that what are the main challenges entrepreneurs face during business setup and how can they overcome it?
Fatima, actually, of course, like to become an entrepreneur or start a business, like if you don't have the family background of business and you are like working somewhere and you want to start your business, you have skills, but you don't know how to start. So, like being a consultant or advisor, this is our job, to, advise people. So most of the people, they feel challenged, to from where we can start, they don't have any idea about UA market, like where to go, either start with mainland or with free zone, or either they need a office, or without office they can start. So there are so many questions on their head, they want to know about it, how to start. So it's always better, if someone wants to start their journey towards the business, so it's better, to take advice from the people who are into same line of thing. And the most challenging thing, it's like to take a decision first. That is most important thing, to become an entrepreneur. Like first you have to convince yourself, like now you want to start a new journey and left the, if you are working somewhere, that particular job. And after that, setting up a business, the major challenging role is to set up the team. Because like any business, you cannot run by yourself. You
Exactly.
always
Exactly.
need a team, who can help you and who can take care in absence of yours. And for me, if you ask me, this is the most challenging role, for any new business, man.
Yeah.
Because for license and taking the office, it's the first stage. Of course, it's also difficult, to decide, which company you need to form. But after that, to setting up a business, the setting up a team is the most crucial part and role. And between that, like of course, like whatever business you are going to start, you
Hmm.
should know how to grab a client.
Hmm.
Because I always say, like, if you have a customer, you have the skills to get the client. So like 70% of job of your done.
Hmm.
Then the rest thing you just need to manage by the team or by
Hmm.
yourself.
My next question would be that can you explain the difference between free zone and mainland, and also that which one of these benefits the businesses most?
Fatma, this is the very crucial question and very common question, like, which comes in the mind of any new startup company. So basically, like if you talk about 3 4 years back, so the major difference was, of course, the local sponsor, local partner. But now, since this requirement is no more,
Hmm.
so now the major difference, if you ask me, like it's like a cost difference,
Hmm.
and of course the office premises difference.
Okay.
These two difference, like I can tell you that the to differentiate between free zone and the mainland.
Hmm.
There are so many other difference also, but it's like it depends on your activity.
Hmm.
The If you ask me about the difference between mainland and the free zone, so in mainland, like you have multiple visa for your employees. You have the option for multiple quota visa for your employees, but it also relate with your office space as well.
Hmm.
And in free zone, in some of the free zone, they also offer you multiple employee visa without any office premises, or sometimes they also required office premises as well. But
Hmm.
in free zone, if you like check, like with Northern Emirates free zone, you have multiple option with the cheapest price,
Hmm.
where you can start your business even with 5,500 if you don't need the visa.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
even with visa, like you can start with 12,000. So the major difference between the visa and the cost, the visa number of
Hmm.
employees visa, and this is the basic difference, like but
Hmm.
in both ways, like there are some, like in some places, like free zone give you more
Yeah.
advantage, and in mainland, like some places it
Yeah.
benefits you.
Yeah. Ask about that too. That what challenges client mostly face when opening a corporate business bank account?
Yeah, Fatma, but this is also a very important part. Like, while setting up a business, you should know, like, that without bank account, your license is nothing. Like, because, due to regulations, all your
Yeah.
transactions you need to go through your bank
Bank
account.
account.
Okay.
Hmm.
So first part, like if you take advice, if you like when you choose any business consultant, you should know about their, like background.
Hmm.
If they don't have any knowledge about the banking, so might be he is not the suitable consultant for you to advise
Hmm.
which activity or free zone or mainland is better for, like starting up your company.
Okay.
Because, like bank account is the second
Hmm.
stage.
Hmm.
But sometimes what people do, they, like they choose a wrong activity, they choose a wrong, like free up, like either free zone or mainland, and then after that they struggle for bank account as well.
Okay. Okay.
The
Totally.
second part, like since, like we have the expert team who, like are especially, like take care for all the banking needs for our client. So in the bank account, mostly, like the KYC part. In all the banks, when you go visit to for a bank account, so they give you a, like bundle of they ask you bundle of documents, which, like layman or common businessman does not sometimes understand. Sometimes what happen, like they have those particular documents, but they don't understand, like how to give them, or, like how to
Present their case.
present their
Yeah.
case. So in this scenario, like we comes in the picture as a
Hmm.
consultant, because we better know, like which document need to present in
Yeah.
the bank, and which can help to the bank to prove the KYC and to start further process for the application.
So, my next question for you will be that what are the some common misconceptions about requirement for opening a corporate bank account?
Fatma, in the pertains to this, misconception. It's like basically in the misconception is about the bank account opening. Like most of the client, they feel when the authority is giving us the license, so why bank is asking so many documents to opening a bank account. So every authority has itself their own checks and like due diligence. So banks also have their own due diligence, and they do the due diligence for every client before onboarding to the bank. So this is the misconception, client first client need to understand, if you have the license, it doesn't mean like you go to the bank and they will not ask you any further documents and they just simply open your bank account. Because banks also need to know the customer before onboarding, like what exactly is their business, what will be the activity, from where he receive the payment, either it will be locally a business or it will be international business, because banks also have certain regulations where their transactions are also being monitored from different authorities. And they have they also have obligations to onboard such client which cannot be a problem for future business transactions. So that's the reason bank do all the due diligence, sometimes enhanced due diligence for high risk activities, high risk nationality. So for this particular thing, so if client does not understand the bank requirement, he should hire a proper consultant, so who can help them to make or guide them what documents exactly you need to present, and how to present your activity to the bank. And so there are so many things which need bank need to know. Bank goes in the detail, it's not like for if you are in the trading activity, bank will go specifically what exactly product you are going to trade. Either you have a background for that particular activity, or you just jump into new business. So bank, first you have to convince the bank that either whatever activity or business you are going to start, either you are eligible for that particular activity, you have the background, you have the experience for that thing, or you are just like a front person. And so there are so many things which we can advise when client comes to us, so we can teach them how to present the case.
Very well, very nice. Okay, Mr. Umer, you gave us a lot of detail. So, my next question will be that can you share any tips on maintaining a strong bank relationship once bank account is open?
Fatma, yeah, this is also very important point which client need to understand. After opening the bank account, it's not once bank open your account, then whatever transaction you do, and bank will not ask you. So it is not like this. After opening a bank account, so whatever KYC, whatever details you provided at the time of account opening, bank will relate all your transactions with your updated details or KYC with the bank. So you should know, when you do any transactions, so first thing, you should prepare the invoices. And if you have any international transactions, so you must have the shipping documents if you are into trading business. Or if you are into services business, of course, the invoices are more than enough. So some supporting document you always should ready with you, while doing the transaction. So if bank asks you what exactly this particular transaction about, so you should have the supporting document.
That's really great. So, if I'll talk about business protect management consultancies, so how does business protect management consultancies customizes its services for clients in different industry?
Fatima, since we come across with different background of clients, so we don't have any specific target audience. We cater all line of businesses. And since I personally have the experience in my banking experience, I have I almost have almost all the activities, customers I come across. So when client comes to us to our office in business product management, so we have experience to advise people like what activity they need to choose, which free zone they have to go for it to start the business. And for banking also we help them, we give them like complete package under the one roof. So when client comes to us, so we provide them license, the residence visa and the bank account. And even though in some cases after opening the bank account, if they need our assistance, our consultancy, so we are ready to help them. So we have complete package to help them, like so they don't have to worry about their business operations in terms of banking or like pertains to anything this.
But my last question would be that why do you think that Dubai is the perfect place to start a business?
Dubai, Dubai is the perfect place because Dubai is not only just like a business hub like other places, like if you just name it Seychelles, Panama, or like other tax havens. Of course, Dubai is also a you can it's like a tax haven, you can say still now. But other than that, the Dubai itself gives you a feel of security in terms of your family, because so many people move their businesses to other offshore places where they just go just because to tax save their taxes or for some other reasons. But Dubai is like a complete package. Dubai is not only just providing you the benefit in terms of taxes, or the process is very seamless process. There is no any hassle to start the company, like within 24 hours you start your company. There is no any layering where you have to go or involve for different for different steps. It's very seamless process to start the company. Even like from your home country you can start your process to get the license. But moreover that, when you do business like in Dubai, so what I feel difference compared to other parts of the world, it's more convenient to travel to your home country back whenever you want. The culture of Dubai itself is more diversified. There are more than 200 nationalities are living. There is a freedom, you can follow whatever you want. Of course there are some restrictions in all the countries. So UAE also have, which is also a benefit for their citizens. But overall it's like very happening place, the food, the culture, everything is so rich. So people basically who spend who start who bring their business from the home country because of the reason of saving taxes. But when they start living here with their family, so it becomes their necessity. After 5 years or 4 years down the line, they start enjoying living in Dubai, the lifestyle and everything. So it becomes a necessity for all the businessmen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Umair, for giving us your time today and answer all these questions. I'm really grateful and honored to have this session with you. So we are just ending the session. Anything you want to say to our audience at the end of the video?
Thank you so much, Fatma, for arranging all this session. I hope this will benefit to our audience. And the I the piece of advice: just follow your dreams and start work from today to achieving the goals. Simple.